are back. We are reviewing Married at First Sight today, you guys. A lot of exciting stuff is happening. Alyssa is not feeling her dude. Jasmina and Michael, he is overthinking stuff, and she just woke up and she can't even think to even have this conversation. But yes, there's a lot going on today.
And she does not like him either, I don't think. But...
Really? I don't know if she's like completely into him. I think this is something that I think she will have to grow to love him. I think that's what it will have to be.
Okay.
But
probably.
I don't know. I mean, I commend Michael because he is somebody who actually wants to make this work. You know, he's into her. He's asking her questions. He wants to get to know her. I like the fact that he's being intentional. Mm-hmm. But the negativity and the overthinking is also kind of like a red flag. Well, I wouldn't say red flag, but a yellow flag.
And his sisters did not do him any good.
No.
By telling her that sometimes he worries or he's negative or he thinks the worst. They didn't help his case because she's really looking for it now.
She says that I just can't get that out of my head what your sister said.
Exactly.
But also my thing is she could be latching onto anything because she doesn't like him. So
only time will tell.
Yeah.
If she's a Diana who just takes her time, or if she does not like him,
Yeah.
Because Diana, as time went on, she kind of thawed out and stuff. But I never got the feeling that she didn't like Greg. I just got the feeling that she was taking her time. Yeah.
Look at them now, have a beautiful child.
Yeah.
But
Jasmina was, I think we talked about it already with her neck roll. And
what I'm telling you is, but we will see.
Okay.
Now that guy who rolled her underneath the bus and then lit her on fire.
Oh yes. Oh, they were up today, huh?
Yes. So basically, they had just woken up or whatever, stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, I want us to go make pina coladas or whatever, stuff like that." And he was like,
"Yeah."
And he was like, I don't want a repeat of what happened day one. You know how she got into an argument with the other couple
and drank.
You see, and then I didn't like the fact that he was like. I really didn't like the fact that he was like.
Alcohol.
What I didn't like is that when she told him that I want to get pina coladas, he was like, "Oh my god," like, and then the way he said that you had 3 bottles of wine, like, are you sure she drank 3 bottles of wine? Because now you're making her seem like an alcoholic who can't control herself.
That is a lot of wine, and I know some people who drink wine. Some people drink a bottle of wine a day. I think I have known people to drink 2 bottles of wine a day. Even that, to me, is a lot of wine to drink. But 3 bottles of wine in a day, did she drink it herself?
I don't know.
Because I don't see her just drinking. Maybe he also had a glass here and there.
I just feel like he's the type of guy who would just... He's somebody who will embarrass you. Yeah. Straight up.
Well, especially that he has removed himself from her when he went to the group to apologize on her behalf. Even though she didn't send him to apologize, she thought he was going to go to bat for her, and that was not the case.
Yeah, like, it seemed like he was going to, and he said, well, on my team, I'm sorry for what happened. But your other half isn't there. But you're sitting down there and drinking and sipping and all this stuff, as Jasmina's kind of talking about how, I will never be friends with her and making snide remarks.
Not Jasmina.
Not Jasmina. The other woman. Katina.
Okay.
So I just thought that was all very weird.
Yeah.
I don't trust him, and I don't think he likes her either.
Well, I can let kiss without sleeping next to a beautiful woman.
It's not that.
No?
No. He needs to go to the doctors and see if they can give him Botox injections under his arms and see if that will help him out, because I can't be waking up to a soaked left side of the bed. Don't make that face, I'm serious.
He's playing with her weave. Like this.
You know why he's playing with her weave? Because she's there talking about his sweat. Like, I can't deal with this. So he's thinking.
But you want to cuddle.
He's thinking, let me touch this weed. But that's going to be the next thing I'm going to let her know that I don't like the smell of that and I don't like how that looks. See, she's being all about my sweat. You have to be able to read a room. And she didn't need to have to say all that like that. But.
I know you're a snackaholic, so I don't want you getting hungry.
Thank you. I haven't had a boring day with my wife yet. I don't know if that would be incredible or if that would be really boring.
That's very good.
This man with his big eyes.
I'm also partial to the.
I don't know. He's
But
always
she
like
definitely brings
looking like
excitement when I really, really want
he's
to.
so confused about her. I don't
Better
know.
than I thought.
He's getting on my
I'm not a big
nerves.
pineapple guy.
What
I
is
like
his
coconut.
name?
But what happened? It went up your nose?
No, I got a brain freeze.
Oh, put your tongue to your palate.
That don't work.
Tongue to your palate.
Good sir.
Okay. Is it working? Yeah. Maybe do it a different way.
Oh,
Okay, the brain freeze does not last that long, girl.
oh, that hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So you make the peanut butter.
Okay. I got this. Okay.
All right, bartender.
That's good? Okay.
He is not into her.
I love that Mark can loosen up and have fun, you know? But I gotta class him up a little bit. Listen, Vinny. Vinny the Guido.
Jersey Shore.
Cheers. Salud.
that did not even remind me of Vinny.
No, not at all.
So that was
I
a
can make
weird
a pina
thing to
colada.
say.
Yeah.
Especially since she's not
We're
Italian.
having more fun. We're having more fun.
You
Well, is
know?
he Italian?
So, tell me.
No, exactly. He's not Italian. You know Vinny, but she's making these kinds of jokes.
Yeah.
And she's not Italian, so I mean, doesn't go over well. I mean, if I was Italian, I might be annoyed.
Yeah.
You've gone through them all at this point.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dog, like what the hell?
Just cheaters.
He did not even remind me of any Italian person.
What about you?
And is that what they do? Isn't that like a bias? Okay. I was feeling sorry for her a little bit, but now I'm gonna be looking
I
at her
think
with my
she's
one
nervous,
eye.
Ma.
Emotional side to her that came out a lot
Okay.
when she drank. And it went from I'm in love with you to I love you. I'm not in love with you.
Okay. You had a girlfriend who drank too much
One person I
again.
dated a year ago.
So now she has to be on eggshells.
During COVID, I connected with someone.
This
and
man.
She had a boyfriend. Give her pretty much when she found out she was pregnant with him, and I was like, wow, like that's horrible. I can't wrap my head around these situations and how guys could treat women that way.
So
But
was
you
she-
about to do that to her.
So was she raped? Because he said she drank.
Take care of your grandma.
Yeah, I'm used to. Well, I think that's been the nature of the people I've met. I feel like they had such tough past relationships that
Because of
I
the
was a breath
drinking?
of fresh air when it comes to emotional stability for them.
I'm learning that Mark just has this innate drive to take care of people, and
He is full of BS.
This girl got it all wrong.
BS, girl.
He does not have an innate need to take
No.
care. He's telling you,
Mark's life where he has
take care of your mess because I don't want to take care of you.
Exactly.
As these other girlfriends burdened me with their ish.
worthy of it.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that he's honoring himself and his needs with me.
Girl, you better honor your needs because he ain't gonna be looking out for your needs. Lord have mercy.
Girl,
what universe is she in?
He's not gonna be
It's
the
not
one unless
connecting
he's
somewhere.
happy being uncomfortable.
Somewhere, girl.
This isn't a lot right now. It's a lot.
I'm still trying to figure you out. But what I do know about
you tell she's all into the way she be leaning in,
And
looking
he
at
knows
him.
that.
Yeah.
It's my, like, sleep.
That's why he has stepped back. Because in the beginning, I think he liked her.
Yeah.
But then she showed how much she was just falling for him. And now he has stepped all the way back.
Yeah. I don't really think that's gonna last. those two. I don't think they're gonna last at all. He already looks like he's in grave
tired.
distress.
No, you know how he looks? He looks as if to say, I mean, he has said everything he needs to say, with the exception of putting his hand on her forehead and going, "Do you get it?" Because, like, he is giving her these huge boulders, boom, and she's not grasping it. He's trying to tell you, when he told her the story about his girlfriend and how in the beginning it was great and he loved her, and then she was drinking too much, and then he fell out of love with her and he had to tell her, "I am not in love with you anymore," and he's looking at her like this. and then she says, "Oh, I just want Mark to honor himself, and you know, he is such a protector."
He's basically
Girl,
telling you, don't be no damn alcoholic,
don't
I
be
will
no
be out the
burden
door.
to me.
That's what he's saying.
And he's going, and it's not like he's
Clicking.
wondering, did the elevator go all the way up? No, that's why he's looking at your forehead like this, because he's trying to figure out if you understood him. Then he talks about some other woman.
Why are we talking about exes? I don't care about that. Don't talk to me
this
about
one,
that.
I don't know if, I think it was an ex who drank, or the boyfriend gave her something to drink, and then she was pregnant. So I didn't know, did he rape her?
I don't
Did
think that's
he
what
put
he's...
something here? Like, I was
No,
wondering.
well, the boyfriend,
So-
he said that...
No, because after he says that, he says, "So I have known a lot of people who a lot of bad things have happened to, and a lot of girlfriends who have depended on me, right, to and they've really liked me to be able to help them get their self together or whatever." And then he brought up his grandmother. So I don't know, was the grandmother also?
I don't know why we had to go to China to get to A.
You know, and then he looks at her, and then she says, "He's such a protector. He's, you know, no, girl, no." And she said so the other day too, when he came back
And threw
from
you
his
under
trip, and
the
he had
bus
already
and
thrown her
licked
under the
your-
bus,
Mm.
and she's like, "It's so wonderful. He went out there to go and let them know and blah blah blah, like stand up for me because we are a team." Girl, no, that man has
If you were a team, he would have went down there with you and supported you.
no.
I just...
So he talks about your 3 bottles of wine you drank. Right after the pina colada, he let you know about his girlfriends that are drinking and burdening him with their issues, okay? And he already looks stressed as he sits there like this watching you. Girl, this is going down really
Hill.
fast.
Yeah.
And I am almost feeling sorry for
And
her.
I think they've had sex, because people asked them, have they consummated yet? And she was just, she could not stop laughing. She's like, a girl never kisses and
She
tells.
is literally blushing, like all flushed up, looking at him. She keeps on looking at him with all these Google eyes while he just looks at her.
Yeah.
Girl, this mess about to go down real quick. Let's talk about Jasmina and her overthinker, bro.
Well, didn't we just talk about
Oh,
her?
we already talked about her. Ooh, we did talk about the guy with the sweaty. We'll talk about when we come
What
back.
we did.
Did we?
Yeah, you said that you didn't like that she kind of like exposed him or whatever. And
Yeah.
stuff.
So who's next? Oh, that couple, the woman who doesn't like the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and these ones. Okay.
The one who ain't got no damn job.
But likes to camp.
So y'all finna be homeless.
And she hates to camp because she needs to shower.
Girl, I would not have sex with this brokey till he has a job.
I feel attracted to him. I feel comfortable like holding his hand and hugging him and kissing him already. So I just feel really lucky that we're hitting it off so well.
I know this has been crazy. This is day 3, 4. It's hard to keep track nowadays. Everything's happening so fast. And that's kind of the point, you know. Things are progressing fast for us. We had a great start. We had a great wedding. We've had a lot of laughs and a lot of good times. Even last night when you asked me, you just said, "Hey, are you going to bed?" And I just did a quick face. And I said, in my head, I was thinking, I have another meeting to attend to before I go to bed. And he said,
You just gave like a poop face. Like, you needed to poop. I was like, do you need a poop?
Oh.
everyone's always concerned. What if you don't get along? What if this and that? What if that? I was like, what if I have to poop for the first time?
I got nervous about him. I'm like, when do I poop in this marriage? In any normal circumstance, we would still be trying to hide all these
natural human
things that we have to do but don't like to discuss. So I was like, well, he is now my husband.
What are we going to discuss if he going to get a damn job? When is that discussion going to happen? I don't care about pooping. We all poop. It's a natural thing. Just put the toilet down, put some soap in the toilet, and spray.
Yeah, I believe at this
Nobody
point
care
my
about your
schedule
pooping.
is clear.
What about
I
your
only have
job?
meetings for the day.
Yo, J.O.B.
I feel so comfortable with Steve. It's kind of eerie. I can honestly say that I've never dated anyone where I felt this connected to them this early on.
Well, you're married.
I feel like I'm falling in love in like the craziest way.
With a man who ain't got no job. Alright, sis.
I definitely
Well,
think that.
maybe he has told her about the
Let's give it up.
savings
Let's
he
give it up
has.
one time for struggle love.
Where's Steve?
Well, probably he has maybe
Okay.
savings, but let's see if she asks that, or maybe they do it off camera.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing. I just wanted to sit down and talk to you. So we were talking back there, and they're asking me like a bunch of questions and like how I felt about you and everything. And one of the questions was, do you feel like you're falling in love with Steve? And I said that I feel like it's slowly happening.
Okay. Well, that's nice to hear. I think we both agree that we have strong feelings for each other at this point in time. We cuddle a lot, we talk, we giggle.
Well, I have strong feelings for you too, I guess.
Oh, you guess? I don't want you to be offended by the fact that I have strong feelings for you. It's day 3. Why don't you go ask some of the other couples if anyone said they had strong feelings for them? I'm sure some of them have, but that's a lot, okay? It's 3 days. 3 days.
Can we say embarrassment? Severe embarrassment.
Well, she's trying to smile through it all.
Don't ever tell a man how you feel about him before he tells you. Don't ever do it. And don't ever post him on your social media before he does it.
You know,
Save yourself the embarrassment, ladies.
Just like I would want him to be.
I mean, now he's looking at you like, oh, she crazy. It's been 3 days. 3 days. 3 days. That's a lot.
Maybe he doesn't like
Why
me.
Looking at her all in the eyeball.
To like let myself.
let us see what
This is
okay.
gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay.
What did he say? Oh, it's gonna be tough.
No, just. Here we go, baby. Come down.
Now he's teaching me how to work out.
All the way down. Come here. Time to turn it up.
I will never work out with my partner. I have my regimen, you have yours.
You know how to do a burpee. Stop it. No. Be comfortable. Have high energy.
I don't know how
High
you're gonna
energy.
exercise
Element, I want you to respect
with her
it.
hair.
Respect it. As you're grabbing my hand like this.
Put your leg on the
And
floor.
his hands are
Know
probably
what you gonna do?
sweaty. She already
Here.
told you she don't
You
like
gonna
the
pass it? You gonna
sweat.
pass it to you? Don't. You
Katina, look at the bags underneath Katina's eyes. She looks stressed.
Don't drop. Squeeze your ass while you're doing squeeze.
Did he say it's time for him to get the ring off if she drops?
Boom.
Yes.
Stop giving up. There's no more of that. Girl,
Okay.
smile. Smile.
Smile.
Everything that bothers you.
She has
Working out is not about what you like. It's about what makes you look good, what helps you, and what improves you.
I like how
This man think he hot shit. He what the?
If I would have dated someone like him in my 20s, I would have cried. So it could be a little bit of an issue.
She said she would have cried if she was in her 20s.
If she was dating him in her 20s, he would have definitely been somebody who made her cry. Now you're married to this.
No, she just gets the bags under her eyes because those bags.
Those things are deep.
A few days since the wedding.
And that she doesn't.
Sure, trying to.
She don't look stressed. She looks stressed with a cake. That sister's stressed though. And this idiot said.
He said,
sorry.
If you
he said smile through it. Smile through it. It's not about what makes you. It's not about what makes you feel good. It's about making you look good and everything. So you got to smile through. He said, hold it.
Wait,
hold
how
it.
can you even do this? And she's like, how do you smile?
Okay.
And then he says, oh, the ring comes off. If you drop it, the ring comes off. But I noticed he had his ring, but she didn't have hers on anyway.
Listen, I would have left his ass at the gym.
Oh my
I would have
goodness.
walked out. He would have been like, okay, you gotta do this. And I would just walked out. Like, you got the wrong chick today.
Whew.
He would
I
never.
am surprised that he went to the gym, especially when
I'm
she talked about
surprised
his
because, listen,
sweating.
ladies, we are two different genders, men and women. I'm not going to be doing what you do, and I think you ain't going to be doing what I'm
He gave
doing.
her the same weights that he was carrying.
She
and
should have
told her-
stayed her butt in the hotel, gonna get herself a pina colada like that other lady.
So at first, on the
I'm
billboard
shocked
was
that
marked,
Alyssa's hanging out
stay
with this
balanced.
guy.
Well, I mean, she wants. Oh,
But in my defense, I've never been paddleboarding in my life.
maybe Alisa wants him to exercise and lose some weight. She knew goodness well with your S curve you can't go to the paddle. And yet she chose that. She knew goodness well with your belly you ain't got no balance. And she said, paddleboard for you. And you should have known to say no.
At the end of the day, spending today with Alyssa is good. We
Okay.
are just getting to a comfortable place where we can just hang out. And I think she genuinely...
Mom has a little crush on Michael. He's very handsome.
I think he is fine. Beautiful features. Woo.
First time I seen death,
Fine like
close,
sweet
I seen
wine.
it.
I don't even drink.
Right after that, my father passed, my mother passed, my grandmother passed.
Easy on the eyes, that's for
My
damn
friends
sure.
that passed, and I think it kind of just makes you see the world in a way where it's like something.
Oh wow,
bad
both these
is not
parents
happening.
passed.
Yeah.
I get that. I think it's
I can see why he worries. You know, being the is he the baby of the family? They said.
He's the baby. He said his mom was his best friend.
Because there things like that are
I see
happening.
why he
They
worries.
want to live life for every day with like no regrets type of thing. But I understand that you lost a bunch of people around you where it's just made you think the opposite.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a happy person, but I think it's probably just a coping mechanism. I think I tend to think the worst, so if the worst happens, I'm not as hurt by it. I think the loss that I've experienced in my life has
That's
made
kinda
it
like some
difficult for
Goggins
me
stuff.
to.
Yeah, that's
open
David
up
Goggins for
and
sure.
be vulnerable.
Yeah, where he's like,
Really
you
let
know,
somebody else
I
in.
prepare
I've
myself
always
every
been somebody
day, so
that's,
when I
like,
get
pretty
that
much
call
like
that
a
my
lone
mom
wolf.
died,
I like to
he
process
always
things on my own,
so
go through
he has
things
already
on my
gone
own.
through the mama
And I
loss.
think after years and
So
years and years of
it's
doing
just
that,
like
it
he's
just
already gone
becomes
through that.
who you are, it
So-
becomes your shell.
Yeah.
And I think that's been like
Jasmina, you
a
better
block
hold
in my
up.
relationships. Does my overthinking make you nervous?
It does.
But
I just don't think it's a good thing, especially in a relationship. It's just taking you out of being in the moment with me. It's just taking you from good things happening because you're just gonna think about, well, when is the bad gonna come, and that's just
yeah.
what ultimately life holds us back.
Okay, they're together today.
I told the guys that I don't need Lindsay to apologize. But she apologizes to you. Does that mean something? Does that change the dynamic? I'm cool with it. I don't need apologies. But I have a DM on Instagram from Lindsay apologizing from her behavior. So I'm not going to try to dwell in it because she's not important to me and my marriage and my wife and I. So I'm going to let Mark handle what he has to do. That's his problem.
Okay, where are we going?
There are very few people out there who have married a complete stranger.
It's not very few. very
Well, here, I guess here in this country.
On a Castillo tourist
Although we have some,
I got you.
though, with
it's
the very
very
different size.
actually common.
for couples to
Miss
build
Pepper.
a support system with each other. Who are
A lot of cultures do it.
Like
same
you.
boat with them.
All the mistakes you done made with them couples.
Ah!
What happened?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
She's got a new remote control. We'll be right back.
Olajuwon, why are you
Because everybody asks that.
why are you asking?
And I don't think the guy wanted to know.
What about you?
No.
Mine's not right now. Don't ask how it was.
I mean, it's only been, what, 3 days since we got married?
I'm just someone that wants to have an emotional connection with somebody first.
I'm usually someone who's pretty open with whatever happens, but now it's me and my wife, and I definitely want to respect her boundaries, and she asks that we keep whatever happens between me and her. So,
Very respectful.
What about you guys?
I think everybody at this point probably has figured it out. Elsa and I, we have.
Listen, I don't know why people have. Listen, sex is something that is sacred, that's supposed to be kept between a man and a woman. I know everybody talks about it so freely, but don't be asking me those questions.
Yeah. I mean, some people feel comfortable with it, some people don't. It's all good.
I just think it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, why ask
mean,
them
because
all?
it
It's
doesn't-
only 3 days. Y'all could have asked a month from now.
And the other thing he doesn't agree, I think also maybe their way of making conversation, but really we have seen where even the ones who had sex first or something, they don't make it to the end. So
Facts.
First night.
doesn't
It
even
was
matter.
really good.
at this
It's weird,
point.
like we're just so comfortable around each other.
No, you guys really are. I see it.
And it's like really eerie because I'm like slowly falling in love with him. Like I feel it happening. And I said that to him and he didn't immediately say that. He said thank you like for telling me that.
I got hit with a hard one today. She basically said that she could see herself falling in love with me.
What's wrong with that?
Steve, does that scare you?
So it does scare me. I mean,
He's
the
really
wedding was just
skinny.
a few days ago, and we're moving at a rapid pace.
I don't know why I thought he was more built. Well, his shoulders.
Rested, but I'm not there yet, you know. Right. So she may have been kind of looking at me sideways, like, is that enough? You know. Right. It was definitely like a first challenge of like, whoa, okay, you know. Right. So.
I got a question for you. It's something I'm battling with. Like, how do you guys find that balance between going with the flow and not putting too much pressure so fast? Because I feel like I'm not going with the flow. So I'm creating things already there. And it's just like, wait, this wasn't even an issue. And now it made it an issue.
So when you feel that you are going too forward, that's when you fall back a little bit. Like you thinking, all right, what I'm bringing here is creating something. All right, let me just pull back a little bit, yeah. And maybe wait for her to make the next big conversation, you know? Yeah. What about
Yeah.
you? Like, how is it? Are you, anything like this going on?
You know what's actually funny? My wife thinks that we just went to the gym, just go to the gym. I purposely pushed her for her to speak up. Like I did the exercise I knew would bother me, and she spoke up about it. Like, hey, this is bothering me, and I loved it. Honestly, I want to make sure that this is
He's
real.
so
you
full
know?
of horse shit.
It's
Not even funny. No. He said I purposefully pushed her.
Wait, we'll come back to that. I don't want to miss the
I'm-
What was your first night like? Here we go.
I mean, I don't think we need to talk about it. I think, we've come to a good place and we're, ready to move forward and, do our best in the situation that we were given.
So you guys are going to make it. I'm not sorry. I'm just wondering.
Move on to something.
Oh, she doesn't want to talk about it.
Where he's in here. Yeah. I have no complaints. I think he's probably my perfect match. We balance each other really well. But, I would have never picked him up at a bar or picked him. But he's the perfect man for me. I was like, I love him. He's the one. That's it.
You love him.
No, girl, I gotta keep some secrets. Come on.
lately, it's been really interesting because the
Girl,
women-
he already knows.
Oh, was that for
and then
me?
we
Oh,
have the
sorry.
airplane. And I'm like, okay, now I'm taking a step back. Because this is not what I like. It kind of pulled me back for a second because there was nothing really that I felt triggered. But Dad said, a friend said, you gotta reel her in. I'm like, I'll reel you in once or twice, but at some point you gotta stop doing it.
Mark, do you think her energy would tire you out?
It's a lot for me.
Mark is sharp.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's almost to the point for you that it sounds like a deal breaker, right? If this continues to happen, then it's like, okay, this isn't going to be okay with me.
I told him it's difficult for me in situations to
See,
feel okay with us when you do that.
Right.
And if you can respect that, then maybe you can just remember that next time something comes up.
Well, it's not that you came back and like.
She
And
says
here
he
you are
loves
saying
him.
that she loves him, and here he is lighting her ass on fire, throwing her underneath the bus again, Lord.
I have been in a relationship with somebody. He literally like lost his mind after drinking, and so there was just a moment where I was kind of brought back into that place. That's just a me thing, a me and my history. So I just needed to take a second and be like, that was a long time ago. That's not today, you know.
So you know you triggered that moment for yourself, right? So
Him and I had, well, first of all, there's three sides of the truth. Yours, mine, and the truth. Him and I had a conversation last night
yours,
about
mine,
it.
and the truth, or your perception and the truth.
Well, that's
And
the
mine,
same.
yours,
Yours, mine, and the
but
truth.
I don't care about a signal.
Okay.
So
God, Katina.
yeah, why don't you
I would talk to you gladly.
Me and Malajon, we had our own conversation where he's just like, okay, like don't say anything, let's just drop it. Like I can't sit here and listen to this.
Sit on the other side of her.
I was not anticipating anything dramatic happening today, and I tried to take his advice, but now I'm gonna move with how I handle situations.
Okay.
So I know you spoke to my husband. I'm not like him. You were just saying on the plane, I was triggered because what happened to me, I don't care what happened to you when you were 2, 3, 4 years old. You were 35 years old. Seek the help you need to get over it. And when you get liquor, don't cast that on other people. You're way too old for that. Secondly, maybe he wouldn't have had that reaction if you didn't keep jabbing. It's like you poke people. You're like, I'm not touching you. You're like 5 years old. And then when you get a reaction, you play victim so much. You're manipulative.
That's really rude.
I don't care if it's rude or not. I'm telling you because you're rude. I think you have kindness in you, but I think you do a lot of sneaky, weird stuff on the side.
Yeah, well, I guess.
And I don't care, and I'm not listening to
I
it.
guess when it shows, you'll get to see the true me, but
I don't care about a show, girl. I'm living it in the moment.
like,
I don't care about a show.
everybody thinks their stuff is stuff.
Jasmina was like, that was rude. Jasmina literally cannot. She's like looking down the whole time like, oh God.
Who is saying that was rude? I don't think Jasmina said that.
Somebody
You
said
mean
it.
that's the lady? That's the what is her
No,
name?
it was somebody else who said that was rude.
the lady with the pink swimsuit. The one Katina was talking to. What?
Her name's Lindsay.
Lindsay. Lindsay is the one who
Katina-
said that's rude. Jasmina did not say anything. She just put her head down
Okay. Well,
because she's not in it. Her name is Bennett.
she
and
damn sure ain't in
Katina-
it.
And Jasmina is not in it. Okay, I'm here with my husband and for my husband. I ain't got time for anything else. And I am, please do not involve me.
I love Jasmina's energy because she's just like, look, I'm not here for the BS. And Katina, I mean, girl,
Yikes.
just too much. I don't give a damn about the saying because you're rude. You're rude.
I thought
it was too much.
I thought in
It
the
was too
beginning,
much.
this is what I thought. I thought in the beginning, when Katina looked over at her to ask her about something, and she started to talk, I thought the way Katina went at her was kind of rude.
What, just now?
Not just now. I'm talking about from the very
Beginning. I don't think she liked her from the beginning.
Well, she doesn't like her, so she
No.
came at her kind of like really brusque, right? And when Liz kind of answered or tried to explain, she kind of cuts her off, and then she leaves also, right? And then she comes back. And now she wants to have this conversation with her. Of course, she left and then was egged on with Alisa, right? And what she needs to remember, Katina, is that just now when she was asking Alisa pretty much told her, this is none of your business, right? About her relationship, right? And then when Lindsay continued to try to talk about it, she says, go on to something else. But she was already kind of caught Katina off. So when she follows Katina to say she's not worth it, Katina needs to remember that Alisa cut her off when she was trying to ask her a question. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, Katina comes back, and now she is full on like, we're going to have an argument right
I
now.
would have just walked away. You would not have seen me. I would have
She
been
comes
somewhere.
back and
drinking
she's
pina
like,
colada.
I'm dealing with this because I'm not my husband. So, pretty much, this whole thing that has happened between you and my husband, I'm now going to do this fight.
But
now.
she DM'd him on Instagram and apologized.
That's what I'm saying. She already DM'd him. The guy has already said, he already told the husband, I'm cool. She doesn't have to apologize to me. She still DM'd him, and he's still cool. And that's what Katina needs to understand. Because the husband already corrected her. Remember last week? The husband told her, right? Kind of gaslighted her.
You need to get out of that space.
You need to get out of that space.
That's negative.
It's negative.
It's negative.
Okay. She's back to the negativity. And when she goes...
I think she's upset, though, because she had such a horrible morning with him talking about, you need smile, 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 smile. Hold the dumbbell. Hold the dumbbell. Hold the dumbbell right.
And then she has not slept. She has bags under her eyes.
This deep, y'all. This deep.
Because of he's sweating. And, Katina...
She's already having a bad day. She should have just shut the hell up, and she should have been drinking something somewhere else.
She is, she
energy.
The thing is, she has pulled me for a loop. Because when I first saw her,
I didn't think she was all the way right. I didn't think
she was like this. Like, she is 100. Like, we were thinking Lindsay also is 100. Or maybe, but now, Katina, you look as though you're getting ready to surpass.
200. Katina's 200.
Like, I'm just like, what is the problem? So now she comes, now you and I are going to have a fight. Because you talk to my husband, and she's doing all of this.
With the
I
nails,
tell that
the
when
nails.
you're 2, 3, but you're a 35-year-old, blah, blah, blah.
You're 35, deal with that shit.
And you know what? It's always annoying for someone younger than you to tell you your age. So she's doing all of this, and then before Lizzie can even walk, say anything, she leaves again.
I was triggered and I needed a moment to regroup myself. But she's not coming at you because you needed a moment to regroup. She's trying to get you to understand that you caused that for you to be triggered. Like, you could have stopped, but you didn't.
I don't want to start that. I need to go on a walk.
I love you. I think you're a great person. You always check in on me. But I do think, some people probably think it's just too much. Some people can take, you being always on 100, and some people can't. But you're not a bad person. I don't want you to think that you're a bad person.
Yeah. I got a little upset on the boat when Katina made comments to me about, like, invaluing my experience, because I think that's unfair. I think it's really important that we remember being vulnerable and open is a sign of strength and awareness and courage, and you should never judge somebody for their truth and their experience.
Well, she didn't judge you. She just said, I don't give a damn about it. I gotcha. He messed with the mama and the daughter.
Why will you say this? Why?
Listen, this man think he hot shit. He really thinks
And he said it like, like a badge. I messed with the mom and the daughter.
Absolutely.
There was an old tin, guys. I just want to clarify this.
Yes. I got a ring on my finger.
Everyone's face is like,
That was a great experience, though,
how, what do you mean?
Elijah,
shut the hell up. Shut up.
You don't know how to read a room.
Now, Katina.
It was never okay with me, but for other people, if they both agree to it, then yeah, that's their life.
Now you guys are married. If your spouse has asked you to have a threesome, would you jump in it?
What? It's a crack that you smoke?
Wait.
Wait.
Is it off the table for everybody?
Is he asking?
It's on. Yes. Like, that takes two, right?
You mean you guess?
My neck.
No. I'm just over it. His wild Isaac stories. Don't bring that stuff over here. It's not happening.
If you offered me,
I know if I offered
if
you,
you offered me another woman, why would I not? My sexual
Ah!
life,
Oh my God!
but it's not happening.
Just shoot
But if you
me.
had offered that, why would I deny it?
Michael is looking at him like, but that other dude, he was like asking, and then when he read the room, he said, "I'm not saying nothing to Steve." Steve was kind of inquiring to his wife, and then he saw the horror in everybody else's face, and then he decided, "Ooh, Elijah, you're your own on this." But I think Steve was thinking to himself and trying to ask his wife, "Oh, I mean, has anyone?" No, he says, "I mean, is it off the table with all of us?" That's what Steve said. He looked at his wife. He said, "I mean, is that off the table with all of us?" Now, if you're not interested in a threesome, why will you say that? But Steve, unlike Olajuwon, read the room and saw that everybody was horrified except for Olajuwon. And when he read that room, he decided he was going to be quiet, unlike Olajuwon, who thinks that his sex escapades is something for him to look, beat his chest like some Tarzan. Yeah, Olajuwon, when you get out of probably whatever group you hang around in, and you come out here in the other world, you find out that
That shit ain't cute.
He ain't cute. And I am
And then
just
he
so
said
happy.
it so proud.
Yes,
I messed with
because
the mama and the
you know
daughter.
why? You know
Where
why?
they do that at?
You know who-
where they do that at?
You know, but you know where they do that at? They do that at in wherever he come from, and whoever he be hanging around. That's where they do that at. And guess what? It is regular convo for wherever he find that at.
And then you sat
But
there
when you
and
come
was
out
like,
into the world, see, and you're around different folk, then you realize, even Michael was looking at him as though he had suddenly grown horns on his forehead. Michael was looking at him like this. In disgust. Michael was looking at that fool in disgust. In disgust. But you know who did not look too bothered? I'm going to tell you. Steve did not look too bothered, and neither did Mr. Big Eyes. Mr. Big Eyes was just like this. He looking around. I'm not going to say nothing. But Mr. Big Eyes, yeah, he may be down. And even the other dude with Elisa, he was just like this, rubbing his head.
You know, ain't no way in hell she even looking at him.
Look, he looking around like.
My thing is, this man said, when he
Elijah.
said, "Have you had a threesome?" He said, "Of course." Like, and then
Yeah,
even,
he's like, if you offer me.
no,
if you
but this was when they were asking if they had, because this is the second time the threesome question came up.
Oh, really?
Yes, they first said, "Have you ever had a threesome?" He said, "Yeah, of course." And then the last time he was like, "So, now that you guys are married, would you guys ever do a threesome?" And
Oh,
so
yes,
Steve
yes,
was like,
yes,
"So
yes.
it's off the table for everybody. It's off the table for everybody."
As he's looking
Yeah.
at his wife. As
He's looking at his wife. And she said, "Yeah, it's off the table." She didn't even look at him.
The wife was just like, yes. He's like,
And then-
everybody, yes, it
and-
is off the table. What
And then
the
he was
hell?
like, "Well, I mean, I'm not against it."
if it's offered to me. And she's like,
And she's
what
like,
did she say? She said something.
She said, "Don't
Table of one or something she said that was really funny. He is Olajuwon.
nasty." Ew.
And obviously he runs with a pack of people who are also just as nasty as he is. We shouldn't call people nasty.
Yeah,
and then we're saying it in disgust.
Nasty. It's not our preference.
It is like
It's not our preference.
It don't
But-
happen here.
Yeah, but in marriage, what's the point of, if you wanted to go have threesomes and be having sex and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Be single. Marriage is for
Yeah.
people who want to be monogamous.
Yeah, I always wonder about that.
It don't make sense. Like, make
Yeah.
it make sense. You could be
But
single,
I guess
do your
everybody
thing, and
has
not be
their own.
committed.
maybe they are married because of
Anyway,
money or
I feel.
something.
Listen, you know,
But
Katina is.
Olajuwon,
I have one thing to say.
Go ahead.
Katina, you're always on a. Well, it seems like you're always on 100. You're very combative. You know what I'm saying? You're making something into nothing. And like I said, energy. That's why you have attracted this idiot, who is now your husband, who you are now married to, who now wants to do threesomes, has been having sex with. So he'll probably have sex with you and your mama.
But you know something. He has the right one. Because Katina look like she ain't playing at all.
Well,
so we'll see.
I don't know about Katina.
Been having a lot of fun. You know, from our picnic to
Mr. Free
Catamaran,
Spirits.
I had a bit of a different experience there, but I had a great time.
Who ain't got no job.
You know, we're here and things are progressing fast.
She better not fall for that man who ain't got no job. Don't do it.
She's already said.
Fast, right?
Yeah.
She's already said she loves him.
Really connected in that way.
If I were her, I would pull all the way back.
History-wise, I feel like we're on track.
She's still upset.
I was a little bit surprised that came so natural for us. Emotional connection, I don't know. I think with my heart, and like if I feel strongly for someone, I'm just going to tell them. You know, I'm not going to think about it that hard.
Men are different.
After
Well,
we talked about our feelings for each other, I felt like you were unhappy or that you felt like I wasn't giving enough.
You mean when I told you that I think that I'm slowly falling in love with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you said that, and I told you how I felt.
I think I was a little taken aback because I just was like, that's not really what I wanted to hear, I guess.
Based on 3 days together and how well we communicate and how
3 days
good things
together?
feel,
He keeps
I
on
think we
saying
have the
that.
potential for that for sure.
And she like this.
But I do want to honor
The
myself
Malcolm
and
X
give it the time that I need
finger.
to say absolutely.
Deep
I
in
can't
thoughts.
say that until I know. We haven't gotten
That
even
means
to the
she
point
is
of comfort
not
level
amused
of,
with you.
hey, this is me raw and everything about me that you should know before, you know, so that you know me fully.
He's wondering how you can love him and you don't know him fully. So why don't you ask him what more does he need to reveal?
There's a lot to reveal.
Well,
Don't make it an issue.
On a partner, like,
Whoa. You gave me a side eye when I put a finger down. Did you put a finger down? I put a finger down.
No, you didn't.
I mean, I was shocked to hear that about you. For whatever reason, I thought you were this angel.
You were like, no, I'm the only cheater here.
Yeah,
How can my husband cheat?
You're supposed to be perfect.
So she said she has cheated.
Yeah.
I think I must have been like 18 or 19, and I think I was like too afraid to acknowledge that I wasn't happy in the relationship, and so it happened, and like I'm not proud of it. Just seeing how my
You were a
actions
teenager, girl. Come on. We're talking about as an
affected
adult.
level was just so heartbreaking for me, even to see that play out, and like I still think about it to this day. You know, like I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the same position, around the same age as well. I cheated on my first girlfriend. You know, it was a long-term relationship. She found out. She was really hurt, really upset by it, and you know, it was one of those situations where I didn't know the true consequences of my actions. After that, it was just like, all right, from here on out, that conversation needs to be had. You know, whether it's a breakup or a break, or it's just you owe that person that much respect, right? But yeah, so I you know.
That hair color is not really flattering on her against her skin tone. It's really not.
You're still in your 30s, and you're still.
It really makes her skin look yellow, and you can really brings out like the bumps on her face as well.
But yeah, I don't view it as a red flag. What you're saying is true. When you grew from it, you're a better person.
Yeah, I think I did.
You think you did?
I mean, I did. Sorry, I did.
Okay.
Day 4 of
Marriage. Michael, you have?
I'm not going
She didn't
to
cut you off.
if I feel in my heart that I did not do that.
There was a whole pause.
I can only
He had a whole
apologize
pause, and then she
because
just, you know, helped
he's
him.
not
So
trying to
this
hear
is
it.
something
And
that
I feel
he-
Oh, God. This ain't gonna work.
He's still upset because remember that day when she was going like this? He's still upset about that. He doesn't know how to articulate what she did and how it made him feel less than. And so he's searching for things.
I don't tolerate disrespect at all. Why would I want to be with somebody that doesn't know how to have a civil conversation? That is not how you start off a relationship. So I don't know what's gonna happen moving forward. All I know right now is I'm not feeling him. I don't want to be in this marriage.
Ooh.
I don't even want to be in the same room with this man, honestly.
Oh. Yeah. She's not feeling him at all. At all. Yeah.
Elizabeth, you can't just go to
I did say it, but yeah, I didn't think she was into him. I said so because
Maybe it was the height.
she's not into him. She's not into him. I mean, from the moment she saw him, she's not into him. I saw it from the time of the wedding, and I felt like, and then of course when she was like, and there was no need for that when she was doing all that. I said,
Well, I did say that. I feel
I mean,
like
there was
she was
no
latching
need.
onto something for her.
Yeah, so she did that. He was calm, but it did hurt him when she did that. So he, even though she did not interrupt him at the boat, because he said that she interrupted him when they were talking, and we saw they did a replay. We saw that she did not interrupt him. There was a whole pause
He even
before
looked
she
at
spoke,
her.
right? So she did not interrupt him. But because he hasn't articulated to her how she made him feel when she was doing all of that, which really, it was not necessary when she did that. I mean, we both said so, I think.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't articulated that, anything that she does now that seems like different from whatever he's saying, he's going to feel that way, you know?
Yeah.
And I think maybe what he's trying to articulate is that when after he spoke and says that we have not consummated yet, maybe he also felt like I have already kind of spoken for us as a couple. Like she didn't have to come in and say, I feel like if I haven't known you for long, I need to be emotionally connected in order to, you know, be intimate, right?
Yeah.
I guess maybe he just felt like I already answered for us. There's no need for you to come in. And so that's what he has confused with the fact that she interrupted him. So he strikes me as one of those men like, I have said the piece for us, right? You don't need to add your own wifey kind of thing.
I'm going to say what I want to say.
So, Jasmina, you don't like this man. The fact that you are going to take this and jump up and be like,
I don't want to be married to him. I don't want to be in the
she
same room with
said
him.
something about he was disrespectful in the way he talked to her or whatever. But he did not call you out of your name. I didn't hear her say he called her out of her name. Because, yes, if he called you out of your name, then I can say, okay, you go and find your own room. But the fact that he did not, for you to now say you want your own room.
She said he just should have apologized.
You really don't.
You could have just been like, you know, that's not how I recall it, but I apologize if that's how you felt.
You feel. But she's holding on to, I am not going to apologize if I don't feel like it is right. Like, whatever. Sometimes, you know, Jasmina, sometimes you just apologize for peace. And it's okay to do that in a marriage. To just apologize to have peace. Because this is something that can keep. It can keep. When you go to, you don't have to finish it all off today.
You gotta fight it out today.
It's not necessary. But the fact that you're holding on to that and now you want to be out of the room, like how Alisa also is out of the room because you just cannot be with someone who wants to force you to apologize. If he's not holding you, grabbing you and saying, you gotta apologize right now. Girl, okay? Now she wants to be in another room because really, you can't deal with the honeymoon. You can't be in the same space with him because you're not into him.
Married at First Sight has done it again, y'all.
Him. They have done it again.
Ruining another set of lives.
I wonder what she asked for.
I need to.
We will find out later. You know, we will
won't,
find out what she asked
they don't even do the matchmaking special no more.
Ooh, child.
I need to talk to the CEO of this show Because I'm sick of y'all ruining lives.
You know that? So because usually they will show us, and they'll show us what the person asked for.
Yeah, the
But they don't
process
ask
and
that
everything.
anymore.
They don't do none of
The
that.
battery is going dead. You have
Yeah.
to get the.
Obviously, Alyssa cannot even stand to look at that man, let alone be in the same room. She
No,
decided not to go swimming whatsoever.
Right, because she
And-
said once she looked at him, she realized by looking at his body, he is really not her type. And she's not trying to be mean, she said, but he's not her type. As she looked at his tummy, as he strapped himself up for the scuba diving. So she just cooled it. She looked
Repulsed.
disgusted, yes,
Yeah.
by the belly that he had.
Yeah.
And it was traumatizing for her because she started to cry.
Yeah, she said paddleboarding was different for her because she said at least I didn't have to be near him, I didn't have to touch him. Like now we have to interact or whatever and stuff.
Well, the paddleboarding, he could not keep up, and so he fell because of his weight. He's unable to be balanced on the paddleboard.
Yeah. So
It's not a sport for if you're not fit.
yeah. So that didn't go well. And
No.
she was like, her mom was like, you need to be careful what you're saying because you already look bad on TV. It's too late.
Who was saying that? Her mom?
Her mom said you need to watch what you're saying and how you're acting. Like just
When
deal
did
with
the
it.
mom say that?
And that's what she was telling the people or whatever.
Oh.
And that's why she was like, she keeps on telling me that, I should just deal with her or whatever because you don't want to look bad on TV. Like, I have been the nicest person. That's very funny. It's very
in
funny.
her
Warped mind.
world, in her world.
Yeah, so.
Well, she hasn't said what she wants to say. She hasn't given it to him to say,
she's going to
you
say it next
disgust
week.
me, you do, like she hasn't gone there. So that's why she feels like she has held herself back.
Well, next week is going to, she actually says that I hate him. I hate him. Like, she actually says that next week. So I guess she has, the straws broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah. There was somebody else we had to talk about. I think it was.
So.
Yeah, so I think Alyssa just needs to maybe just remove herself. I mean, another woman
I
had
don't
done it
think
before.
she can because of the money issue. I don't think she can, and she knows it, and that's why she's crying. But honey, no matter how much you cry, it's still a contract, and while they feel sorry for you, they need to keep you on so that
They have a show.
the drama and all of that. So you just have to stay in. That's why you don't go sign marriage contracts to meet a stranger if you have types and all this kind of stuff. Like, to be on this show, you really have to have no expectations, no rules, because I don't think the counselors are listening.
No.
It'll be very interesting to find out exactly what her type was later on, because I'm sure she'll say it on decision day. Maybe she'll be like, I asked for somebody who was in shape. I asked for someone with blonde hair, or I asked for someone with a long hair. Like, she could ask for any kind of thing, and they might just say, no, you don't get that. You're going to get the opposite of what you asked for.
Yeah.
Because this is who we think.
Well,
you
she
need.
said she definitely said she feels like the therapist got it all wrong, which they always get it
Oh,
wrong.
she did? She did
Yeah,
say
she
that?
said, I feel like they screwed us both. Basically what she said. But, I mean, they just don't care. That's the thing. They don't care. And that's why sometimes it's hard for me to even watch the show.
Yeah, they
But-
say they do.
Yeah. But in terms of Jasmina and Michael, she's actually very rude. Like, she's
Yeah,
talking about how
boy.
he's not talking to her. You don't like that man. You actually do not
know.
like
She
him.
keeps on
He's
saying
not your
he was
type.
aggressive, but all I saw was you being aggressive in
Yeah.
that conversation. If that conversation is a depiction of how he spoke to you earlier, then you are the aggressor. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because he's telling you that
And you saying I'm sorry, that's how you felt, then that's really not.
I'm
an
sorry
apology.
that you felt that way, and he's telling you, okay, that's not an apology in my book. And you say, well, you're not gonna apologize. That's all he's gonna get because that's what people say. People,
And
not
then
him, but people somewhere say, I'm sorry you feel that way. And so you are gonna say that to him because other people from wherever accept that.
Even he said, you're not married to people, you're married to me.
Exactly. And then he also tells you, he thinks about it. He says, okay, if this is how you say I'm sorry, then we will, from this moment on, we're going to say, however the person says I'm sorry, we're going to accept it. So I accept your apology.
And she said, do you really accept it? Or
Do
are
you
you just
really?
saying that?
Do you really
And
just
he
say
was
that? He
like,
said, no, I accept it.
Because you genuinely feel like you did not cut me off, so I'm going to accept it.
I'm gonna
I think
accept
she
it.
was pissed off
She was
that he
even
did not
more upset about that. You know why? Because he did not
give her a reason
give
to be more
you
upset.
a reason. Exactly. It was kind of like, you remember when Zach will try to prod Michaela, and once in a while she'll be calm.
Yeah.
You can see him like, that's when he'll either cry to get people on his side because he's acting cuckoo clock, but he will wait because he's like, I just know I will prod again. I'm gonna come again for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's really not into him, and she's like, I don't even want to be in
She's
this
not.
marriage. Like, I can understand that if he
She is
cussed you
not.
out, but
Yeah.
that's not even what the hell happened. So you're making an anthill into a molehill.
Exactly.
So she
When
doesn't
she
like
said
him.
he came at me so disrespectful. From everything she said, it wasn't disrespectful. He just said that he did not. What you said is not an apology. But then now he has changed, so he is able to change his mindset. That's what it shows me. But you're unable because even after he changed his mindset, are you sure? Are you sure?
And it seems like you're the negative one, actually.
Yes.
That's what it's looking like.
Yes.
Because you could not hold on to it you could not let go of it for the life of you.
And so even after that, he tells you sorry. He apologizes, and he's like, "I am sorry for doing that, for saying that you're sorry was not sorry or whatever. I apologize for that." He genuinely says that, and then you say you are not over it. You see, so she was unable to forgive.
Yeah.
But he was able to just forgive. So who is the one who is the negative one?
Yeah.
What did she say? What happened? It was
They had sex 3 times that day before the dinner where he says he wants to pump the brakes the morning, the afternoon, and right before the dinner. He's a Zach. My God. Mark is just like a Zach.
He's a jerk.
He is just like a Zach,
Yeah.
but probably worse.
Yeah.
If that's even possible.
There are so many Zachs in this show
Scary.
that I don't know. Hey, is this a new school that you all are going to? Damn, we see a lot of Zachs. We see a lot of Zach. Marcus is a Zach. Elijah is a Zach. I can't listen. Can we talk about Elijah for one more second? I just got to talk about Elijah. He's saying all of these things.
We were watching the
telling
after
you,
party just now.
I am telling you, even I started thinking, I said, wow, all this stuff is sounding so good, but I
It's so
cannot
inauthentic.
I cannot take this man seriously.
No,
I
he said,
just
"I'm gonna do."
can't.
He was looking at her like, "I'm gonna treat you so good. I'm gonna take care of you."
And
And
then-
then in the next week, he says that, "I'm sorry, my life will go on even if she's uncomfortable."
Why? I think because of the horse or something. And we'll see.
Does
Because
that
you don't
even
know.
make sense? If
The way
she's
they
uncomfortable, my life
Oh
will
my
still go on.
God, I
That's not
cannot.
having my back.
He was all about.
He's so like,
He
listen.
looked her in the eye. He said, I mean,
As
I'm so
he
happy
dripped-
right now. The way God has just prepared you for you, my queen.
And then he drenched her foot in oil. And she's
rubbing
there
it.
crying.
And then all of a sudden, and then she finally started crying and having, you saw kind of watching him like that with her one eye. She finally, the dam finally opened. And you know what he says to her? He looks at her, he looks over her as she's just crying and feeling it. And he says, I got you. He says that. That man says it. He said, I got you. As if, and you could see
Hook,
his
line,
face
and
like,
sinker.
yes. He's like,
Sucka.
yeah. I was like, I said,
We should
when
call
he
today.
said
We got another sucker.
Let me tell you, when he said that, I said, okay. Because even I was like, well, okay.
Like the words sounded nice, but you know, like when someone looks in the
like
eye,
to-
it just and they smile, but doesn't reach the eyes. That's what it was.
He was even wearing the
A
white.
dashiki.
He was wearing some African dashiki or some Asian top, you know. Like,
This
you know what
man.
I'm saying? In white, as though he just came from heaven. And I'm going to treat you right. And I'm so thankful to God for bringing you, blessing me with someone like you, my queen. Which you know I don't like that whole queen.
I don't.
Oh,
Listen,
you're such a
men have
strong
just
woman,
ruined that
and
word.
my queen. I love you, queen.
I
Do
need-
not call me queen.
No.
Call me by my name.
Yeah.
My name, Alma. You call me.
Ow. Ow. My
My
leg.
hair is cut. I just can't. You cannot make this stuff up. Oh, Lord.
The manure is really in the air, and my eyes are burning.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I cannot
I
believe,
just
Mark, you had sex
cannot.
with her 3 different times
These men.
before you took her to dinner. Now that's what.
Zach's
I'm
school of bull crap. That's what
I'm
they're
sorry, I
about
wouldn't
to
take that drink and been like this.
Ooh,
Okay.
child, I would just pour the drink all over him.
Yeah.
The food too, like,
All right. This is over.
I don't know where you've been my whole life.
oh, I can't. I cannot.
I promise to be the best I
But she
can.
started laughing. She started laughing at him. And
Look at Steve.
And I promise to
This
be
full of shit.
This is so beautiful. This is everything that I dream of.
yeah. Oh my goodness, I know. She's like,
So I'm not in love yet, but this is definitely
is she
how-
rubbing her eyes?
Got
Is
me crying on
Keisha
camera.
Even the host is crying.
girl? That is.
Christina, you had me over here shedding things here when you were alive. What?
So listen, we hadn't seen you get emotional like that until now.
I know.
How do you feel watching that back?
I feel just like happy. Like
Wouldn't it be interesting if they got divorced after all this and we're seeing this?
Tears is because I've never had anyone
I don't
do
think
something
that
that
man
romantic.
gonna
like
let
that
her get a
just
divorce.
before, but
He
for
wants
me,
to make sure he
that
doesn't pay
was
any money.
Just like a thoughtful, romantic
That seemed like the
gesture.
real wedding.
Back.
Like he was reciting his vows to you, honey.
Yeah.
So, what y'all do after the cameras left?
Honestly, we did not have sex. We just laid in bed. We cuddled. I don't want to have sex too soon because I feel like I don't want to jinx the marriage. Like I want to be able to have control over my feelings. I don't want to be.
Well, that's
like,
smart. That's
It
smart.
changes the dynamic big time.
Yeah,
You're right for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what do you think, Lindsay?
I just think it's a beautiful clip, and it's also nice to see your soft side because nobody really got to see that in the beginning, but I know it's there. I think you guys make a great match. and complement each other well. And he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's authentic and he's open and he's honest. A little over the top at times, but you know, who am I to say as? Look at me, you know? So,
What were you gonna say, Steve?
So for Olajuwon, I feel like he's so often easily misread, right? You take this,
Yeah.
you look at him and you think something, and then you see him put so much effort into your marriage and building this with you.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta get off the pipe.
But I'm thinking
I don't know what to stop y'all smoking.
But this
With
is
that
good.
strong stuff. Y'all just inhaled. Y'all just inhaled that
Oh my goodness.
Y'all.
We're being ignorant.
Oh my God.
So
This don't make no damn sense.
it's like what that lady said. Remember?
I won't stop living my life because my wife isn't comfortable.
That's amazing for me.
With her red nose.
Playing the Karen
like
card.
a whole Rudolph right here. Red nose.
Chris seems to be trying actively to make me look bad. That's not okay because I'm a really good person.
I deal with that. Lindsay, what is happening? What is going on? I just can't take somebody saying, I'm a really good person every 10 seconds. It's funny.
That's her friend. That is Katina's friend.
From your vacation.
Katina is gonna go tell Lisa that she was laughing at her.
I never want to ride a horse ever again.
Still stand on that. The bottom line is everyone is excited for next week, so you should be too. And I have to say, Katina,
Okay.
Lindsay, and Steve, thank you so much for joining me at the after party tonight. I'm Keisha Knight William, and to everyone at home,
Oh my
tune
goodness
in next
gracious.
week when I'll be sitting down with Chris and Lindsay. We'll see you next time. Woo!
Oh, God. Okay, let's just. Okay, we have to. We gotta get through. We have to get through this today. Where are we? We are somewhere. Where are we with this storyline, man?
I wanted to talk about Mark.
Mark. He
but-
is disgusting. Okay, I'm trying not to call names, but oh my goodness. I just want to say, Jesus help me. Because, Mark, you had sex
Three different times? Even
You're
before
lucky
the
she did
dinner?
not punch you in the face and break all your teeth for her. I mean, we
With that
should have-
stupid
like-
look on your
like,
face.
What? Who does that?
Always looking like
Like,
this.
who does
This is
that?
it.
For all you know, maybe he's never even gotten sex 3 times in one day, and so maybe it scared him after it
I call
happened.
BS.
Maybe he's like, this has never happened. She must really be into me. Okay, I gotta tell her. We can't. We have to pump the brakes because I can't take this. He's also not in shape. He may have raced his heart a little too much too. Maybe after the second time, maybe she was like, again! And he's like, my heart can't take this. We could have pumped the brakes, and it came out wrong. I like to give people benefit of the doubt. Just like how I started to fall for Olajuwon and stuff, although the back of my mind was like, this is not authentic.
This man, he's so authentic.
But
he's
I
so
started
genuine.
to take him at his word. But Mark,
Y'all guys get off that stuff, man.
man, this dude right here.
You had sex with her right before the dinner, in the morning, in the evening, and then
one-
before the dinner?
You
I'm
know-
sorry. I don't want to say what I would have did, but they would have had to call the police because that's just too much.
Yeah.
You do all this, and you tell me to pump the brakes. So after I've given you my body, you want to say I'm doing too much.
Yeah. It's right up here. Since the wedding, it's been right up here.
You were saying that when
And
you were there.
I needed to come down here. Maybe that was his heart. His heart had been racing as he was having too much sex.
You weren't saying that when you were busting it open 3 times a day. So I mean, like,
What
how
kind of language is that for sex? Busty. Oh, that's so violent. What the hell? Please don't follow
busting it
people.
open is not violence.
It is for love making. Busting it open.
Obviously, it wasn't love making to him because they had to put the brakes up. It obviously wasn't love making. It was just some sex.
Well, yeah, maybe to him, he actually is thinking that she was busting him open out. But obviously, the man. I mean, look at the man. He is not in shape. Okay. I mean, you can tell. And so, because of that, and me being not in shape, I know how that feels. Like, you know, maybe 3 times, and she's like, again, or something. Maybe his heart just almost exploded in his chest. And he's just like, look, it has been up here. We have to bring it down here once a day. Maybe that's what he was trying to say. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe as time goes on, he will explain himself what happened to him.
I just think it's embarrassing.
But yeah, it's also embarrassing. He's
just somebody who will just thoroughly embarrass you. I'm here saying I love you. You over there saying that it's too much.
Yeah.
He also has breasts too.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. So,
it's just too much.
Well, I mean, and Lindsay. Lindsay. And then when he started talking, then she starts telling him, you know something? Remember when she turned to him and he says, what are you thinking? And she says, I'm trying to think how I should say things. And then he continued to press, and she said, you know something? Actually, your full frontal view you gave me, I don't need to see all that. Maybe.
And then
Maybe
he
when he
was like, oh, should I pull the door open or close?
Yeah, maybe when he turned and she saw he's tummy or something.
Or the S curve.
Yeah. And she's like, I don't need to see all that. And then she caught herself. God bless her.
No,
she caught herself.
she
Said, you know
she gave about 5 good roasts before she said, let me take him off the fire. Let me take his ass off the fire.
Let me go. Let me go. And you need to leave the room. You need to leave. Oh, he's like, oh, okay.
He said, oh, I will.
Hot mess. Oh, my goodness. This is a serious comedy show up in these streets. This is a serious comedy show.
Ain't no source
today.
of love anywhere to be found.
I mean, who? Now, I hope Jasmina, they said next time in the preview that she's smiling. And that's the first time he sees her smile. So hopefully she has decided to be nicer to him.
Sense.
Who else are we talking about? We talked about Steve and Noah. She told him he loves him. He said, okay. I don't know how you can love me in 3 days. That's pretty much what he was trying to say.
Men are more logical.
Like 3 days.
Well, no, I don't want to. No, that's not true.
Did you not hear about my unemployment status? We have not even spoken about that yet.
And that's what I'm saying, girl. You're
mean,
trying to have sex with this man. You're here saying that you love him. This
Yeah.
man ain't got no damn job. How you gonna love a man who gonna probably have y'all out in the homeless shelter?
What if he has savings?
Who gives a damn about
I
savings?
don't
Because
wanna
when
say
that
that.
is gone, what do we have
I don't want to
left?
say that because remember there was a guy who, remember the one who later on ended up being
And they'll be with a therapist.
with a therapist. But remember, he had money, had a real nice apartment too. And then another one, he had sold the condo. So the man had money in the bank, right? He just took time off from working. But the man had money and he had property. So, let's just find out a little bit about his unemployment and what's really going on with him. That's why she needs to be asking questions, and she's not asking questions.
No, she just caught up in the feelings.
So, what else? What else is going on? Who else? Have we spoken about everybody?
I believe
I keep
so.
on thinking Noah and Steve, Elijah and Katina, Jasmina and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Alisa crying, right? And then the other one, and then this Mr. Meanie about bringing stuff down. Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked about everyone. So I guess we will see you guys
Tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, we will see you guys. Yeah.
But yes.
We'll see what we're going to watch. Hey, tell us if you guys know about the movie Adults Adopting Adults. And tell us what you think about that. I watched a little bit of the movie. Another movie, it's not a movie, it's a series.
Two older men who have cheated on their wives who are adopting young women
From other places. And the wives don't want to adopt because they have problems with their husbands. But yeah,
I think it's just sick.
that's what I think. Is that the new thing? But this woman, if I were her, like her friend said, leave him. And I think in the next preview, it shows the man like coming to her now and talking to her and try to pacify her. I guess he never thought that she would leave him, because a man who doesn't think that you, who have been by his side for over a decade, he doesn't think you're going to leave him and get half of his money.
Where would he have money to go and adopt? Where would he have the money?
If he feels like you're going to stay, that's someone who does stuff like that. Because he's so comfortable doing his rubbish and you staying. But when you stand up and say, no, I'm actually going to divorce you and take half, guess what? He's going to come and try to talk to you. That's what that man is doing now. All of a sudden, he needs to chit-chat with her.
No, don't chit-chat with me. You better take some damn action take that girl back to where she came from.
Well, the girl is already there.
Oh, well, I'm still going to divorce you. Because what sicko does that?
It was so gross. And I'm just like, these people should not allow this. I mean, I know everybody's an adult. But he says to her, I'm so happy you're here.
I just love hugging on you.
I just like hugging on you.
She's pregnant, by the way.
And you're supposed to be her father? You're so gross.
Oh. And the way he looks at her, like he just can't wait to get his chance to just...
You're hugging. You like to hug on this new person you just met.
You're supposed to be hugging on your damn wife.
Even when I hang with my father, he doesn't love hugging on me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We see each other, we hug, we kiss, and that's it, okay? You kiss on the cheek, okay. I see my mom, hug her, kiss on the cheek. You do that one time you just saw them. It's not like I just love hugging on you. Who does that? I don't even do that with my own children. My daughter is sitting here. Do you see me? I love hugging on her. Who does that? Who does that?
Sick, perverted men.
Mm-hmm.
That's who.
Going through a midlife crisis. This is the new thing now.
No, he just had what midlife crisis? You go and adopt somebody to go and maybe try to have sex with them?
The midlife crisis.
That ain't no damn midlife crisis. That's called pedophilia. It probably has been there for a while.
Well, it's not pedophilia because the girl is not she's also an adult. But she's been living out on the street, she said.
But you want to adopt her as your daughter, so that's nasty.
So it's almost as if she's in that position of need. And you're going to take advantage of that, talking about...
And the way he looks at her.
I just want to hug on you. I know with these beady eyes.
And she even looked so weirded.
Gross. The whole thing is quite gross.
I feel really sorry
cannot believe that they
women.
are like showing that. And that's their only safety. That's the women only safety because they got the camera crew there to watch.
I feel really bad for women. It's so hard for us in this world. It's so hard. It's really hard. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to take myself to sleep.
I know. So we will see you guys. I know.
Yeah. It's
a lot. It's a lot.
But we invite you guys to
subscribe,
comment,
and share.
Because it's a lot going on this channel.
It's a lot.
But it is Mary.
Child. And
thank you
for
watching.